This is Jeanette Pincus, and it is Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024, and I get the opportunity to interview Katty Rosenstock, who was able to go on the Jewish Federation of Greater Dallas Community Solidarity Mission. And we had the opportunity for her to share her experience with us and thoughts that she had about it. So Katty, the first thing I'd like to ask you, I know this isn't your first time that you got to go to Israel, but what is your experience of your visits to Israel in the past?
Well, I grew up in a very Zionist family, in a very Zionist community in Costa Rica. And my first time to Israel was many years ago. Actually, I went for my brother's wedding. And since then, we have tried, mostly in the last 15 years, to go and visit every 2-3 years. We've been to Israel many times. My brother lives there. And as I said, we are a very Zionist family. Julio was in Israel for the Six-Day War. And we have kept in touch very close. We feel like it's part of our family, part of our life. And it has been always a very invigorating experience. We love the people, we love the places, we love the food, we enjoy it, and we have tried that our kids will go as often as possible. Doesn't happen, they're very busy, but it's just, I will say, a third home, because Dallas is my first home. I've been here for 40 years, 42, 43. But we keep very close to our roots in Costa Rica. We go a lot there. But our third home is Israel, and it really feels like that. So we were part of the mission that was going before the war. We were trying to organize a bus of our friends and people that we know. And we really were very disappointed when it didn't happen. And we promised ourselves that the first possibility, we will be there. Actually, Carly called me first when she heard that it was coming, and I said, we're coming. I didn't even ask Julio, I knew we were coming. And it was very important for us to be there with our people and to make them feel that they are not alone. Basically, that it was like an obligation for us. And it was not disappointed at all. It was a very short visit, very intense, very difficult, but at the same time it was, we left with our hearts full, and we had a lot of hope, and we as proud as we could be of our Israeli brothers and sisters.
What would you find some of the meaningful things that you experienced on the trip?
You kind of prepare yourself to what you're going to see. A few years ago, we were in the March of the Living, and we went to the camps, and we were in Poland, and we all grew up. My parents' family was killed, and those stories were part of my upbringing, and I have read all the books, So it was very hard for us when we went, but it was history. It was, this time I think it was so much more awful, because it's so current and so, you never thought that this was going to happen. It was really hard. If I think back, probably when we started the trip, you were with us, and we read the letter of this soldier before going into the hotel. Then we meet his mom, and it's like, how can it be worse than that? When we went to the kibbutz, Kfar Aza, and I think that the sentence that really stayed with me was the one that we need to get them back. while they can have an abortion. And I think that is still, every time that I think about it, I get a knot. It's just like, oh my God. I am a crybaby. I cry very easily. I'm very emotional. And for 2 days I couldn't even talk. And then we arrived in this community place, and they put these silly things in our things. And it was so therapeutic for me. I never seen a reaction on myself like that. I couldn't stop. It was like, and those kids dancing with us, and it was so amazing, so amazing. The whole experience was, I think I'm still processing. And again, I'm so happy we went. Mm-hmm. So happy we were there. We planned the trip in a way that we will spend two Shabbatons with my family and some very close friends from childhood that lived there. And that was very special to hear their stories and to see them. And they are an amazing people. There are so many amazing people that live in that country. That is beyond words. It's the concentration of unbelievable people is beyond. Everybody that talked to us was like, oh my God. And it inspires you, because sometimes your life could be very empty and very, like, comparing our lives to their life is like, oh, hello. So it gives you, it inspires you to do something. We cannot be there, our kids are not going to go to the army, but we should talk about it, we should be loud, and we should do everything that we can to help them. And I feel that everybody that we met was so grateful for us to be there. And that was so meaningful for me. Like, it gives so much sense to what you're doing. And just motivate us to keep collecting money, clothes, love, hugs, kisses, whatever we can to be with them. Because that's our future. Whatever happened to them is happening to us.
What would you feel that you want, our Jewish community here, but also the non-Jewish community, that you want them to know or for us to share with them?
I get very frustrated. There is so much ignorance, so much, basically ignorance. And I feel very, I don't have enough means to get to the public. And it's so much in the news, it's so much in the newspapers, it's everywhere. It's very frustrated. I don't think that I have enough non-Jewish friends, that's the case, I don't know. And now I tend to even get more insulated, which is not right. But it's a big fight, Janet. It's a really big fight. It's like a huge enemy. The media is horrible, and people just don't have a clue. It's like, and you are the bad guys, and they are the good guys, and nobody's understanding so much that is to understand, It's like, so if you ask me what am I doing outside the Jewish community, well, I talk wherever I can. But I don't think that me as a person can do so much, because I don't have that big circle. And it needs to be a PR company that comes from up there. It's really frustrating. Mm-hmm. Every day you open the news in 1, 2, 3, and you know that they are lying. Mm-hmm. They are saying, and their picture, some people really like to see us as the bad guys. That's historically been the truth. So I feel a little impotent, like I don't have enough means to really fight that. But I feel that my role will be more into the Jewish community and into my contact with Israel. that's where I feel that I can make a little bit, a tiny, tiny, tiny difference. But outside, you will need more academics, more media, more. It's a big fight. It's a very big fight.
Based on the experience that you've had, I mean, you have shared quite a few things that you're doing more. The rest of our Jewish community to keep supporting financially, emotionally, and to go there and to do that. I know we felt that. You mentioned that you feel hope, and that the Israeli people are resilient. You've also mentioned that we are the same people. You can't separate Israel from the rest of the whole Jewish community. We're all together with that. Is there anything else that you feel like you want to share, feelings or experience?
When I was there before the mission, and we spent a night in Tel Aviv, and the restaurants were packed. Then after the mission, we went to where my brother lived in Zichron Yaakov, and our room in the hotel was in front of a bar. And it was Thursday night, and it was packed. This time was packed with young kids. They were 18 or 19 that were in Gaza the day before. And they were having fun, singing, hugging, dancing. Israel High is the love for life, and it's really amazing. These people keep going. I'm telling you, it's like I never felt scared being in Israel. I have never felt insecure. I have gone in the middle of the Intifada and after a war. I never felt. But their ability to just stand up against all odds, a party the next day. They were in a restaurant. They lived their life in a way that I don't think anybody in the world does. And kol hakavod. And that's what gives me hope, that we have done it for thousands and thousands of years, and we will do it again. Because I saw it with my own eyes, and I wish more people will go and see it. That we were in that area, Sharona, where all the nice restaurants are. You have no idea. It was like, this day should be some more. Look at these people. Everybody's drinking, eating, and it's almost a responsibility to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like we have to keep going. We have to live. So I'm Israel High, and it's a truth.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.